Hello everyone, this is Agony333. And today's movie review is going to be over a documentary, and it is called Exit Through the Gift Shop. It is from 2010, it is rated R, and like I said, it's a documentary. It's 1 hour and 27 minutes. And the first thing I thought I would do is actually show the artwork for this movie, because at least to me it's cool artwork, so it's worth showing. So here's the front of the case, and the back of it and stuff. Like I said, you know, I don't always show DVDs and all that, because that'd get a little repetitive. But for special ones like this that have some cool stuff with it that are worth showing, I will. Apologies while I fuck around and fumble with this shit. And it's pretty cool because it actually comes with, like, you know, some other things along with it, like stickers and stuff. Let me see. Like I said, I apologize because I'm fumbling like a fucking moron with this stuff. But I thought that this was all really cool stuff to see. Really good artwork and everything. And open this up. And so there you go. That's all of that. All right. So now that I've shown that, we can actually get into what this movie's about, and it is pretty much about graffiti or street art. And the story of it is it pretty much centers on a guy named Terry, who his interest and his passion is more or less not really filmmaking, but recording things, recording events in his life. And he has a camcorder, and he pretty much records everything. And he ends up meeting with people who are a part of, you know, the street art kind of movement, doing their own thing, and he decides to follow them along and capture some really awesome footage and stuff. That's basically what the film is about, but it becomes much more than that later on in the film. But here's some other things I thought I would say, is that for me, I always thought street art is really awesome, really creative, and let me see here. I'm going through some fucking notes. Banksy's art is incredible, because a lot of this film centers on the street artist Banksy, which he does some really awesome artwork, and at least for me, he's probably my favorite street artist, if you will. So that's one reason this film is awesome, is it has some really cool, not only artwork, but footage that's featured in it. Let me see here. But this is the other thing I was going to put. To me, what's cool about street art is that it's about turning something like a blank wall, forgotten, or a rundown kind of area into something more and kind of restoring it in a way. It's like breathing new life into something that's otherwise kind of bland or boring or, yeah, in need of something like that. So at least for me, that's what I think I like about that art form in particular, is it's something unique, and it restores things. Like I said, you know, something that was originally just a blank, boring-ass wall becomes a work of art and has something cool there. And let me see, a trivia thing here is apparently the film editors had to watch 10,000 hours worth of footage that was collected by Terry in order to, you know, edit and get the good amount of footage for this film, which I thought was fucking crazy. I mean, imagine having to sit through that much amount of film and everything. Is pretty crazy shit. Here's some other things. Is if you are aware of street art and you like that kind of thing, there's a game that I thought I'd mention, which is Mark Echo's Getting Up. It's on PS2, and it's a really awesome fucking game. So, and I also forgot to put down here, Jet Set Radio is fucking awesome as hell. So if you know not only like street art type of stuff, but if you like video games like I do, check out Getting Up and check out Jet Set Radio. They're awesome games. Worth your time if you like that kind of stuff and this kind of art form like I do as well. And I remember when I first watched this movie, I was watching it with a friend. It was just an awesome experience. It's a really creative and well done film. And one of the highlights here, at least for me, is I think that the opening to this film is a fucking absolutely amazing opening. And I've had many occasions where I've turned this film on just to even see the awesome opening and how well done that part of the film is. I already mentioned I like Banksy's artwork, and I already mentioned what I think is cool about it. There are a couple spoilers here. And so, yeah, what I mentioned was how it's about street art and everything else, but there's more to it later on in the film. There's more depth there than what you initially kind of see. And for me, anyways, that's why I think this is an exceptional documentary. And that's another thing, is I haven't really talked about documentaries too much because, you know, usually I'm focusing on horror or some kind of fiction and everything. But documentaries are something that I like to watch as well. And I would say that this is a very fucking awesome one, not just for the good footage and everything, but for that depth that is added to it later on. And because of that, which I'll have to wait till spoilers to get to, I thought I would be giving this an 8.5 heading towards kind of 9, because it has everything that would make a documentary good. It's got awesome footage, it has, you know, some great fucking art, and it has that added depth later on that kind of makes it more than just something cool to watch. It gives you some kind of thought and a deeper meaning to it. So there's that as well. So I think if you are interested in any way in kind of street art and that kind of stuff, and, you know, any of the stuff you're checking out, whether it be trailers or something, if any of it looks interesting to you, I think you would, you know, greatly benefit and enjoy this film. So for everybody who wants to check that stuff out and not be spoiled on the kind of later on portions of the film, fucking peace. And for anybody else who wants to either just fucking hear that shit, or, yeah, has already watched the movie and wants to hear my thoughts on it, or the kind of realizations I came to upon watching this film, let's go. After I grab another fucking smoke, because I'm a fucking fool like that one. And so yeah, let me see here. This is what I'll get to before the depth kind of part. I put a scene here. What I thought was in particular fucking hilarious was the whole portion at Disneyland was fucking hilarious, because to me it's like, who would have ever thought that Mickey Mouse would have his own fucking hit squad there or some shit? Like, you know, for something as simple as just an inflatable fucking, you know, dummy kind of art joke kind of thing that really wasn't harming anybody. It got pretty fucking crazy over something so minor. So I don't know. It was amusing to me that that situation was taken so seriously. And not only that, but like I said, somewhere in, you know, Disney World has this fucking, you know, heavy ass security that isn't fucking around is kind of amusing and funny to me. You're in a theme park that's all about amusement and, you know, all that good shit, and it's not very amusing all of a sudden. It's kind of a funny fucking thing to me. So there's that. Let me get a fucking drink. And let me go into the sad realization that I came to. And that's what I'm saying is, like, almost all this film, none of it's sad. It's not a sad movie or anything by any means. It has some really awesome visuals, some cool artwork, cool people that you get to know and all that. All of it's pretty cool. So why is there a sad realization? And I think that comes, like I said, later on towards the end of the movie, where Banksy sort of tells Terry, hey, you know, why don't you try your own form of street art? Why don't you try your own thing? Which is a great idea. You know, he encouraged some kind of creativity there. But what the sad thing is Terry ends up not really going with that. He sort of does at first, but to me, what ends up happening is it pretty much all becomes about money to him. It all becomes about money. He pretty much loses his passion and what he loved, which was filmmaking and recording. He pretty much gives up on that entirely, so he loses the entire purpose that he had in the beginning. He loses what he loved, what made him an individual, you know, because while these other people, you know, liked street art and liked their own kind of unique brand of art, you know, Terry's thing wasn't that. His entire thing was filming, which is kind of like a different art form. And so he essentially lost what made him him and pretty much became everybody else, you know, borrowing art from everybody else and not really being himself. And it ended up becoming all about him instead of the artists that he met and, you know, everybody that helped him along the way. And so instead of it being about the art as a whole and everybody that he met and choosing himself and everything, like I said, it became all about him. It became all about money. He lost his fucking passion, and he took the credit for a lot of the work that a lot of other people helped him do, which to me is a pretty fucking sad realization. And I just remember watching this and being kind of saddened by it, because it's, yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me, the whole point of art is passion and what a person loves. That's the entire groundwork for what art is. And so seeing someone completely and entirely lose the whole point of it all is kind of a sad thing. Let me see here. But oh yeah, that's why I thought though, like I would give it its high rating like I did, is because it has the really cool artwork, it has the cool people there, it has good footage, it has some funny moments there, but it also has that added depth there, that kind of cautionary tale about what the art world can kind of do to somebody. That it, you know, can become not about the art at all, but about the money and about this fucking glory and about being a fucking fool and not being yourself anymore. So to me, that added depth is what only further pushed the rating of this awesome film from being a typical one. But that is all now that I have to say, and I hope that you guys all embrace your passions, whatever they may be. Embrace the art that you love, not what everybody else loves. And I hope that you have an amazingly fucking great, badass day. And I will see you guys in the next video review that I do. This is Agony333, and I'm signing the fuck out. Peace. Have a great one.